Artlist.io.
She want me to lock it down, but I told her to pass the key. You gotta slow it down, girl, you moving too fast for me. Nobody did it like this, so they wanted to asking me.
1, go!
If I can slow it down, cause it's coming too fast for me. Baby, don't try, just stop it. You should know that I got options.
Music licensing reimagined.
Drop kick, only one in the city to pop quick. Never cared about being your top 10. Got a house in the history, you top this. I came from where them boys do you top list. It get crazy around here in my section. All of my ops get to stepping. Know how long I had prayed for these blessings. Took my L's and turned them to lessons. I go take it, I'm not in the begging. If I'm breaking bread, it's only with the brethren. I need to talk, cause that's where I'm headed. Yeah, she want me to lock it down, but I told her to pass the key. You gotta slow it down,
Artlist.io.
for me. Nobody did it like this, so they wanted to asking me.
So we're taking a look at the GT2. This is my full review of the GT2. Let's go over the basics of the Segway Ninebot GT2 Super Scooter. So the specs are 53 kilograms, pretty heavy scooter. It's a 50 volt system with 30 amp hours, which equates to 1,512 watt hours. It's equipped with both front and rear motors. Each are 1,500 watts. Now, the highest rating, peak rating for the motors are 6,000 watts. It'll do 70 kilometers an hour, and it'll fully charge in 8 hours. And it's all sitting on an 11-inch tire with hydraulic disc brakes as well. I also want to show you guys how this whole system works. So that's how you turn on and off with just one push. Now you can see by turning this dial, we have Eco, Sport, and Race. Within race mode, you also have boost. One push of this dial here, and the boost meter comes up. You have your percentage, your two-wheel drive. To toggle it, you hold down the all-wheel drive button, and it'll switch. Now the annoying thing is that you can't switch while riding, so you have to switch while you've come to a complete stop. The scooter has also gone into park mode, and that's to prevent whiskey throttle, right? Because this is a twist throttle, not a thumb or finger throttle. It's very easy to grab onto the handlebar if you're pushing it to, accidentally get the scooter flying out of your hands. You also have your turn signal, which shows up at the front. It flashes about 3 times, and then it turns off, and you also have them light up in the rear here. Now this is also, by turning it, is also your front headlight. So you have your daylight running light, and you also have your nighttime headlight. So that's how you switch. You can also, with a quick push, engage in cruise control. And this last button here is a horn. It's basically just a beeper. Now you also have, this horn is something that I've attached here myself. This is what's going to keep you safe on the road, in my opinion. Not this. However, this horn does not come with the GT2, obviously. But this horn, this does work quite well if you're just trying to alarm pedestrians. If you're just, riding on the sidewalk really slowly, closing in on your destination, then that could work well.
Now let's talk about everything I love about the GT2 Super Scooter. The GT2 has out-of-this-world build quality. It has all completely unique parts, so it's not made of parts that you'll find on AliExpress. This is definitely the coolest looking scooter in mass production. The GT2 is also extremely stable. As you can see, I'm riding the scooter with only one hand just for testing purposes and just to show you guys how stable this scooter is. The GT2's extremely long deck allows you to stand in whichever position you feel most comfortable. There are absolutely no dead spots within the throttle control, and that allows you to have a precise control over your GT2. I'm also able to access that 70 km/h top speed a lot more because of how stable it feels. You're also able to adjust the suspension to 15 different levels, so whether you're commuting or going off-roading, you'll be able to find the perfect setup for yourself.
I think you guys can can see. I'm gonna lock it. It's locked. Now watch what happens when I push the scooter. There's a resistance. I can't push it. And if I keep trying, it'll actually beep. So we're gonna keep going here. So that's its alarm system. But this is definitely really helpful, and I know some other companies have also attempted to try to do this, but it doesn't work nearly as well. There's not quite enough resistance. It's kind of just a continuous resistance, whereas this kind of pushes you back in the other direction. It's weird. If you're taking the scooter out, I would suggest you to lock it up, probably through the front fork, and secure it that way. Would not just purely leave it outside. This is, after all, a $4,000 electric scooter.
Now let's talk about the things I don't like so much about the GT2. First off, and the most obvious, is that it's not great bang for buck. For $300 less, you could get a Cabo with 1,000 more watts. So when comparing a 50-volt GT2 to a 72-volt NAMI Burn E, given that the GT2 is a 50-volt system, it actually fares quite well. However, keep in mind that the NAMI is $600 or so cheaper. Something else I also don't really like is, if I'm trying to be the first off the line, changing gears gets confusing. I forget which way to turn is to get into race mode. Is it up? Is it down? I can't remember. Perhaps with more time on the GT2 I could adapt to it, but for now it's a bit confusing. Thirdly, this is such an inconvenient scooter if you're using this as a commuter scooter or something that you're going to have to put into your trunk. Yes, it has an extremely long deck, but that also makes it extremely tough to put into your trunk. The folding mechanism is so high up, and also, the handlebar doesn't lock into anywhere near the mudguard like a lot of the other scooters. Other things I don't quite like about the GT2 is that the suspension, because it's a girder suspension, it does make a bit of sound. It's not annoying, but it's something you'll definitely notice. The GT2's small battery capacity means that maintaining or achieving the top speed of 70 kilometers an hour is not going to happen once your battery voltage comes down.
I think I'm being limited now. I'm at 30%, and I've been riding on a race. Seems like I can do, well, I'm doing 60. Yeah, pretty much 60. But definitely a lot of torque on.
And lastly, if you're one of those riders who want to be able to put on accessories like a phone mount, well, you're not going to be able to do that with the GT2. So what are my concluding thoughts on the GT2 electric scooter? Well, it's Ninebot. They practically pioneered the e-scooter industry. And with that, it plays a role in how durable the electric scooter is. The Ninebot Max is one of the most durable electric scooters out on the market, and still one of the best-selling electric scooters. There's too many existing companies that produce high-performance electric scooters with Ferrari-like motor and performance without the correct chassis. You'll know instantly that serious research and development has gone into the GT2 to allow it to drive as beautifully as it does. This scooter is seriously here to set the new benchmark for all high-performance electric scooters. This is for riders who want a brand new experience, something completely different. Something part of the electric scooter future today. If you can see behind the downfall of it not being the best bang for buck electric scooter, you'll notice that everything went into the details of this scooter. This allows you to own something unique and really refined.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm moving faster than lightning. I can't close on my eyes, too excited. It's the fruit of what you get for trying. Don't be selling no more, I'm just buying. I got two of everything that you eyeing. Put my boots on and turn to a giant. This is fact, ain't no fictional writing. If I want to, I go right into hiding. Me and my lady somewhere on the island. I came up in a war zone where it's violent. Either end up a victim or a tyrant. Nobody did it like this. Nobody ever. Told myself it would get better. Wrote it and meant every letter. Now we flood the city, it's never been wetter. She want me to lock it down, but I told her to pass the key.